What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Airguns of Michigan, and today we have the RTI Prophet II. This is in 30 caliber. I took it out of the 25, moved it over to 30 to give this a go. We've got it topped with our GPO Optics. This is their Spectra 6X 4.5-27 by 50i. Love this optic. The glass on this thing is just popping. It is unbelievable. We'll talk more about this. This thing's going to be around for a while. We've got the Eagle Vision scope rings. We've got the 0 dB moderator on it, and we've got a UUQ bipod. I couldn't find my Arca adapter today, so sorry, Accutac. It's not that I didn't want your bipod, just I didn't have much of a choice. Crawford and Lip buttstock on this. And I want to talk about something before we go down and shoot groups. And it's something that I don't necessarily get comments on, but it seems to come up a lot. This is 100% an unsorted tin of JSB exact 30 caliber 44.75 pellets. And when I'm tuning a gun in the beginning, I generally don't weigh or sort my pellets. I just kind of go until I start to see consistent groupings. However, now that I've found something that's really close, like we are really close to a great tune, it's now time to weigh and sort pellets and even head size them. Now, some of you guys might be going, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. Well, I understand. It's not something that everybody does. It's something that people that want that pursuit of that perfect accuracy are going to do. And why do we do that? Well, let's talk about head size for a second before we get started on this. Head size, if the head size is too small on a pellet, it won't sit in the grooves of the rifling as tightly as something that is set up to be perfect for this barrel, right? This is a 30 cal. It's the same reason that they sell slugs in 216, 217, 218, and I've even seen 219, because everybody's barrel is a little bit different, right? So if your pellet, let's say one is a couple sizes too small, we're talking tenths of inches, maybe even hundreds. It's not going to go down the rifling the same as a pellet that actually fits the barrel perfectly, right? So, as a matter of fact, Too Fast For You actually does a slugging video, which I think everybody needs to watch, to slug your barrel to find out exactly what size slug you need to be shooting. Same thing with pellets, right? That's why we have sizers, right? We have sizers to, some of them they're just not going to pass. They're not going to be that perfection to travel down your barrel. So what happens if the head's too small? Well, it might not spin up as quickly as it should, which is why on occasion you'll get those weird flyers. You'll get those situations where you're like, man, I was shooting a great group and all of a sudden, boom, one outside the box by 1.5 inches. And you're just like, what in the heck's going on? And, and maybe your speed fluctuates a little bit. Speed fluctuating can be from skirts, right? Damaged skirts, or skirts just undersized as well, because when they go in, if they don't seal perfectly, then air leaks around the pellet. And then last and but certainly not least is weight. Weight does make a difference, right? The more weight compared to a less weight, right? If I was to take a brand new tin of these, I'm going to have a weight deviation that would shock most people. Now, does that mean that I can't shoot the lightweight ones? No. It just means that I need to group all the lightweight ones together, all the, the next size up together, the next size, the next size, the next size, the next size. Weight isn't as important as long as you're shooting consistently the same weights. So with that being said, unsorted pellets, we're going to take some groups down range. I'm shooting roughly 900 feet per second. It seems to like that pretty much. I also had to clean my barrel. I was getting some absolutely horrendous groups. Started out pretty decent, and then it just literally fell apart, cleaned the barrel. She's back to shooting good. And we are going to be doing a barrel cleaning video again. We're going to talk more about that. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and start our recording downrange for our target. You can see I've got a big in there in the center. We're going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do a couple of 8-shot groups on that center target down there. We're just going to just see what we can get. Let's do it. Give it a second to settle in. It's been sitting. There it goes. And you can see that inconsistency. That is not the gun. And you'll see once these groups come together, but that's sizing and weighting. So, you know, when you see the group at the end, you'll see that there's a common group that kind of sticks together. And that's what we're looking for. So once I get to this point, and we're going to demonstrate this in the next video. We are going to demonstrate this in the next video. You know, you might be saying, man, that's not a very good group. I get it. But just watch. You're going to see that there is consistencies. And then there's inconsistencies in the ammo. You know, it's no different than shooting a powder burner and getting, you know, just your basic plinking. Like even 22 rimfire, right? You're going to get some basic stuff. It's going to have a pattern like that. When you pay the more money and you get those more consistent bullets, those more expensive bullets, look at how quick groups tighten up. Same thing with pellets, guys. It really is. And I'm doing this intentionally to show you guys that. And it's not that these pellets aren't good. They just need to be sorted. The gun itself is doing great. You can, and what I'm looking for, just so we can be 100% clear, because maybe I haven't been, is I'm looking for those groups that are staying together, right? We're not necessarily in a shotgun pattern, right? Shotgun isn't stacking a few in the same hole. It's just everywhere. They're erratic. You know, you're getting big drops. You're getting ups, downs, lefts, rights, ins, out. Here, we're actually, you'll see as we're shooting, we're dropping small little groups in different areas of the target, and that's what I want. I want to see that that's what it's doing. Now, what's causing those changes? Different weights, different head sizes, things like that. See how those group right together. Now I am intentionally not trying to shoot out my center, so I have a point of aim. Although some of them are dropping into the center. But you can see there, guys, and that's, I'm serious, this is really what I'm trying to explain is, you can see that the majority of them are high, which I did. I dialed down, well, up, right, so that my shots are going to go higher than my target, right? And if we look at that grouping, we can see that we're really only about 3 inches apart, right? So some of those are going to be because of the twist of the barrel, right? Some are going to be tight and they're going to twist one way. Some are going to be loose. They may not twist the same rate, which means that they may come over to the left. And now, am I an expert on that? No, but it's what I see, and I've been doing this long enough to see that kind of grouping happen. So now what we're going to do is, and I didn't bring any with me because I knew that I was just doing my basic startup tune. Now we're going to weigh and sort these. And you'll see, like we did get some that dropped a little low. But the majority of them are about, what, 1.5 inches high and about 4 inches wide. So that's really not bad. So if I was to dial my scope down and then weigh and sort these, I have a feeling we're going to get some amazing groups. Now, this is something that I haven't really shared in the past a lot, you know, because I mean, I didn't really think about it. But this is the start of tuning your air gun. That is not uncommon when you're shooting at 100 yards. You know, at 50 yards, this thing's doing great. I mean, it's bang, 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 it's doing great. Getting down to 100, it's a little bit different, and it's not the fault of the gun. The consistency in this and the speeds are really, really good. As a matter of fact, let me just show you what this, the last one that I shot, the last group, let's see here. I did a little bit of moving, but let me see here. Let's say the last 10 shots. 900, 900, 895, 900, 898, 895, 895, 895, 895, 898, 897, 897, 897. And so it just went on, right? So my speeds are there. The speeds are great. There's no issues with that. And I mean, that's probably a standard deviation right around 2. You know, could it be a little more fine-tuned? Maybe. You know, I mean, I've played with my hammer a little bit, but nothing major, you know, because now I want to bring out some weighed and sorted pellets, and then we'll shoot some more groups. And the wind's starting to kick up now, so I don't want to continue to try to do this. This morning it was very low wind. As a matter of fact, there really wasn't any. I got a slight breeze in my face. Trees are barely moving down there, but the wind's starting to kick up. So I'm probably going to shoot a couple of 50-yard groups. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to change it. You guys will just have to trust me. There'll be a picture right there of a couple of, or the 50-yard groups right there. So take a look at that, and that's same gun, same unsorted pellets, just at 50 yards. So with that being said, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not. It seems to me like 2/3 of my viewers are not subscribed. Yeah, apparently that's not uncalled or uncommon, but you know, click that subscription button, ring that bell, so then you're notified. And if you haven't, check out my Patreon channel. There's a link down below, and you can be entered in to win free air guns, free optics. I'm giving away all kinds of stuff, but you got to be part of the Patreon channel to do that. So with that being said, be good to each other. God bless, and be good to each other. Take care. Bye bye.